Well, hello everybody. Welcome to P.B.M. Money. Well, as 2022 winds down and we prepare to go into 2023, this is the time when a lot of people are looking backwards and forwards trying to figure out ways to improve their life. And the most common thing is New Year's resolutions, and I don't do those. I've done videos on why. I think they're a waste of time. But if you want to improve certain areas of your life, you need to examine them closely to find out where you stand, what you've done, what worked, what didn't work, and where you want to go. And so I was thinking about this the other day, and it occurred to me that I don't think I've seen videos on how to improve your financial situation in the next year, 2023. So I sat down and I made a list, and the first thing that came to my mind was our financial game on this channel. I've told you many times to join us. What you do is you set your goals and ways that you plan on achieving those goals, and then you watch our videos and we can help each other throughout the year to stay on track with our goals for the entire year. And the reason you want to do that is, well, for me, it's accountability. If I don't hit my goals, I got to come on here and tell you guys I didn't hit my goals. Now, as this year ends, so comes this year's financial game, and I'm going to report in January how we did for the year. My accountability to you. I have also found that finances get dull and boring unless you have some way to measure and have fun with it. And to me, it's much more fun if you have goals and you keep track of those goals to see if you can achieve them or not. And lastly, by having the game, it helps to keep you focused. And it sounds silly, but every time you go to a restaurant or every time you go shopping or every time you go to the grocery store, if you have your financial goal in the back of your mind, it will help you make proper decisions. So anyway, to me that sounds very simple, but then I sat down and I thought about it, and I thought, well, what kind of goals could a person look for? If they're going to set goals for the year, where should they look? And I came up with the list. And as I go through this list, I want you to think about your personal situation. Where are you at in each one of these areas, and can you improve? Now, the first one I want to talk about is credit cards. Do you use credit cards? You should be. That's an easy way to make passive income if you know how to do it. See some of my videos on passive income. But there are different types. There's cashback and travel. There's sign-up bonuses that you get for getting the right credit card. And then there's rewards as you go along. But you don't know that if you don't research it. And even if you do credit cards, are you doing them right? Could you get more out of them? I make $15 an hour, and consistently every year I make at least $1,000 passive income on my credit cards. Can you say that? Take a look at your loans. What type of loans do you have that you could get rid of in the next year? Do you have a personal loan? How about that car loan? If you've got 2 or 3 or 4 years left on your car loan, try to figure out a way that you could pay that bad boy down. If you've got 2 years, see if you can pay that thing off in 1 year. That will do a lot. But look at the different types of loans that you've got, and the goal here when you're looking at them is which ones can I pay off quickly? Because every loan payment that you get rid of is more cash that you can invest. The next thing you should look at is investments. What about investments? Are you doing any? Would you like to do some? If you don't know anything about investments, the first place you need to go is to study and learn. And that is a viable goal for a year. To study and learn all about the different types of investments that interest you. But stick with it. I did a video one time on how to achieve things without really trying. And all you got to do is do one thing every day towards your goal. Just one thing. And reading or studying is one thing. But think about it. If you did one thing every day at the end of the year, you've done 365 things to get towards your goal. You're going to reach your goal if you stick with it. But investments is where you should spend some time and some effort. There are investments that you can do for $100 a month, and you don't have to do anything. You just set it up, and the company will come into your account, take the $100 and invest it for you, and you don't have to lift a finger. But you got to get started. And you don't know that unless you know that. So a goal might be to learn about investments that interest you, or if you know a little bit about investments, let's start investing on a regular basis, not just when it's convenient. Another possible goal, and this should always be a goal, is to improve your credit rating. Now, again, I've done videos on your credit rating. There are 5 contributing factors to your credit rating. Go in there, learn about that, and do some of the things that you need to do to improve your credit rating. If your credit rating really sucks, find somebody that trusts you and have them put you as a authorized user on their credit card, because their credit rating will be reflected and become your credit rating. And that's what I did with my daughter, and she got all kinds of, she's in college, she had no credit at all, and within 6 months she was getting all kinds of free credit card offers from different credit card companies, all because I put her on my credit as an authorized user. There are many, many ways to improve your credit rating. That might be a possible thing for you to do in the coming year. Now, this is the one that a lot of people don't want to hear about, and this is the raising cash. Think of the different ways, and I would make a list, by the way, and I would just brainstorm and write it down. Don't edit it, don't think about it, just start writing. How could you make more cash this year? And just off the top of my head, you could work overtime, you could get a second job, you could get a side hustle, you could explore different ways for passive income, like cash back on your credit cards. But there's 100 different ways to make cash. If you make investments, the interest is a source of income. So a goal might be this year, how many different ways can I raise cash so I can invest? Fran Tarkington, I think that's who it was, did an interview one time, and he said, nobody can become wealthy with less than 7 sources of income all the time. Seven types. So if you have a job, that's 1. If you get a second job, that's 2. If you have interest, that's 3. Cash back on your credit cards is 4. Side hustle is 5. I mean, think about it, concentrate on it, because the more sources of income you have, the more likely you are to succeed financially. How can you improve your game next year over this year when it comes to raising cash? Now, the last one I want to talk about is frugality. It doesn't matter how much money you make. I mean, think of all the doctors and businesses and attorneys that file bankruptcy every day, because they can't live on their income. Okay? I make $15 an hour. That's all. And I'm going to save about $40,000 in cash this year alone. I do that by a multiple way of doing things, and I'm going to do a video on that here shortly. But one of the main ways that I got started was the cash back on the credit cards and living frugally. And by living frugally, I do not mean cheap. I mean being smart with what you have. Just because you have a 3,000 square foot house does not mean you need to heat, cool, and run electricity and all that stuff to all 3,000 square feet. Use your fuse box. When you go to the grocery store, use the different apps on your phone to help you make proper choices when it comes to food. And for God's sakes, the grocery store is where I make the most money on my credit cards. And I'm not getting paid anything, I'm just going to tell you. American Express has a card, I don't remember which one. It's $95 annual fee. But you get 6% back on your groceries. 6%. So for every $100 you make $6 back in cash. You multiply that out times a year, and I'm an individual. I spend $120 to $30 a month. Plus on the same cards you get 3% back on gasoline. And then 1.5% back on everything else. But what I'm saying in this context is if you're going to go grocery shopping and you're going to use some apps to help you make good choices and buy things on sale, and then when you've done the best you can and you go to the checkout, you get 6% back by using the right credit card. Learn to be frugal. Just a couple of I've done videos on living frugally. I'm in the process of making a series of videos called The Ultimate Guide to Living Frugally. And I've already done 4. I've probably got enough out there for 4 or 5 more videos. There's 1,000 ways out there to live frugally that is not going to harm the way you live or your standard of living. Learn to be frugal. Now, the smart person that wants to maximize their income and investment will go back through this list. Number 1, will expand it and improve it, because there's always ways to expand and improve. And then do them in combination. As an example, when we were talking about shopping frugally at the grocery store, use your cashback credit cards. Use your apps. But for every action you do, try to maximize your income, minimize your expenses, and the difference you save. There's all kinds of ways to improve your finances in 2023, and this is a beginning list of the ideas that I came up with that you could set a goal for yourself. No matter where you are, no matter how much you make, you can set a goal. Even if it's the most basic of goals. 3 years ago when we started doing our financial games, the first game we did was how long will it take for us to make $1,000 on nothing more than cashback credit cards. It took us 8 months. And I'm not a big spender. Like I said, I make $15 an hour. And I live frugally. But we did it because we used sign-up bonuses, we used cashback credit cards, we used shopping frugally, we used all of those together, and we make about $1,000 a year and have ever since. Well, as 2022 winds down and we get ready to go to 2023, I've been trying to get people to join us for our financial game for the coming year, and time is running out. So I thought I'd give you some quick ideas on things you could think about, ways you could improve your finances in 2023, and a way, which is our channel, a way to help keep you accountable, to make it fun, and to keep you on track towards your financial goals for 2023. We're going to set some lofty goals. I've done a video or two on that. We've got lofty goals for next year, so we're going to be very, very focused. This would be a great year for you to join us, no matter how small or how big your goal is. We all need some help. We all need some accountability, and we all need to share the suffering. But we can also all share the joy at the end of next year when we have accomplished all of our goals. That's all I wanted to say. I hope you join our channel. I hope you set good, solid goals. And I hope that we can help each other to achieve our goals in 2023. Well, you have a good day, a good week, and happy investing.